What is going on, guys? Sanity here, and today I'm going to be doing something different. And by different, I mean I'm going to be shoutcasting a full game. YouTube user Curtis Hearn has requested that I shoutcast this game, sent it to me and told me it was an amazingly epic game, so we will see how it is. You're going to have to bear with me. I'm just going to commentate, I guess, shoutcast, do as I normally do, and see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and give this special shout out to Curtis Hearn. He requested that I give him a birthday shout out. He is a name you can't see, and so there you go, buddy. Happy birthday, and thank you for sending in this game, and I will definitely get this shoutcasted. So let's go ahead and get this started off as the teams are going ahead and buying their items. Let's just look at this comp here. I'm not really sure what we're doing over at top. Looks like we got two going top. Curtis going top with Xen. Really not sure how I feel about that. Shen at bottom. And Udyr in the jungle. So we'll see what they do. It looks like they're probably going to change it up a bit. If not, it's going to be definitely very interesting lane combination to see. Maybe they're going and waiting top to see if they can get off some early ganks. And other teams just kind of roaming around, suspecting they're going to be helping their jungler with blue. And ping's going out. It looks like purple might be deciding they want to go ahead and invade. Just everybody making up their mind.
Minions have spawned.
Pinging a red. I'm assuming they're going to help with red. But their jungler's all the way over here at wolves. So I'm really not sure. The team's not really sure what they're doing. Looks like blue is invading onto the red. And Sion just kind of going and seeing what's going on. Sion deciding he's going to go ahead and take Rays, while Udyr clears wolves. Very interesting choice. And they are going ahead. Blue is going to go ahead and try to take this red buff. But it looks like they are on to what's going on here. They're putting themselves in a very bad situation if they get caught, as Curtis is right there. And here comes over the jungler. He knows they are taking red now, and Olaf still taking massive amounts of damage, but Olaf managed to successfully take red, and no one was there, sadly, to intercept. I'm really surprised Xen didn't decide to just come down and kill off Olaf. So Olaf has successfully taken their blue, or their red, rather. And I gotta tell you that a gank is going out up on top. It looks like Xen going down. Gonna be trying to burst down the Yi, but just really not happening for him. But here comes Olaf for the counter gank behind, and Xen charging on the Yi and managing to pull off first blood. He gets exhausted, but he manages to get Olaf up, but he ends up dying, and it just didn't happen for him, sadly. I'm just gonna go ahead and let the directed camera do all the work for me. That's a little lazy of me. If I see something that catches my attention, I'll go ahead and shift it over. That way I'm not getting too confuzzled here with all the stuff that's going on. But very nice play by Xen, managing to get off that kill. Olaf missing those axes at the start really didn't help him at all, not one bit. So we see that Shen is successfully holding bottom. This is a very, very weird lane comp, but Olaf versing Sion. Sion going to be trying to get that burst, but Sion just not having that burst, as Olaf was 2 levels above him. I don't know why he thought that was a good idea. Curtis now back to mid. Thank goodness. I don't think that Curtis top would have worked, but here comes Xen. And Olaf waiting in the brush. Xen once again going to charge right on in and get himself... Oh, but managing to charge away, but the minions are just too strong. The minions managed to take him down. I'm really not sure how I feel about this not having an AD carry, because it's my favorite role, and sadly I see none of it on this team. So Yi's just going to go ahead and start massively pushing top early, but Shen just deciding he's going to go and do work onto Ezreal. But really, I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do versus Nidalee. Curtis really needing some help at mid. Morgana just sitting there, farming, taking tower. Not looking good for the purple team at this time. Blue is 3-1. I really actually had high expectations for the purple team earlier, due to the fact that if they would have ganked around, they could have gotten some free kills. But you never know. So, gold pretty much okay. It's only 4 minutes in though, so generally the rule is if you die within the first 7 minutes, it is not good. Not at all. So, alright, we got some action happening up at top, and here comes out here in for a gank. But Olaf just putting out massive amounts of damage. That true damage just hurts. There's nothing they can really do about it. And looks like Morgana pulled off a kill onto mid. Top not looking good. Top is just going to end up going down. I don't know what Xen's going to be able to do here. Looks like they're going to dive Xen completely. Just going ahead and taking the tower. Not really even caring at all about Xen. Xen might want to get himself out of there, and he decides it'd be a good idea, but they're going to go ahead and chase him down and manage to kill him anyways. Sweet Jesus, 5-on-1, 5 minutes in for the blue team. Blue team at this point, 2K gold advantage before the 7-minute mark. They are just really stomping blue team at the moment. I'm not sure how this amount of rape is making me feel. So, got some little bit of action going down at bottom here. They're just kind of sitting in the brush waiting. Really, there's nothing they're going to be able to do against the bottom comp at the moment. So, for the blue team already losing, or gaining, I should say, 1 tower. Purple team losing 1 tower, and they're going to go ahead and chase them down. But it looks like they're not going to be able to catch them. But yes, they do. They manage to catch them, and still not looking good at all for top. Xen got to pull off that kill, but Olaf pulling off a double kill. The trade just wasn't good, and the fight was going down at mid at the same time also. But it looks like Shen and Sion both managed to get to the lane. That leaves the bottom lane just undefended, and bottom's just going to be able to really farm hard here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the CS here. Besides CS, Olaf coming in with 5 kills already. Oh man, 5 kills at just now 7 minutes in. That puts him at around 77 CS. Karthus just getting annihilated by Morgana. Not a good situation to be in at all. Their bottom is also getting collapsed and caved. So that's almost 2 towers in at the 7-minute mark for blue. It looks like they're probably just going to go ahead and push the tower. Maybe not, though. It's not really a good idea to be pushing these towers that early, because it could have a severe counteractive effect on this team, but I'm not really sure if it will due to their comp. So it looks like Yi is heading down to bottom lane, so they probably are going to make a coordinated effort to push this tower here, or at least gank the lane. Pink's going out onto red. Purple team's going to go ahead and grab red. Man, I do not know how I feel about this not having an AD carry for the purple team. But we'll see how it works out. If blue team continues to push these towers this hard, this early, it could give purple team quite an advantage in farm. The only one they're really going to have to worry about is Olaf and Morgana. Those two are just going to be able to wreck face if it keeps going like this. But we'll see how it goes. Alright, so here we go. Shen getting the taunt out onto Ezreal, but Ezreal arcane shifting away. Oh, Karthus getting caught by a snare and immediately obliterated. And Sion going down as well to the Nidalee. So 2 more kills for the blue team, 10-2. And they do go ahead and take bottom. It's not looking good, and it looks like Olaf's just coming into the jungle invading, saying, hello, here's an axe, take it to the face. And Morgana just doing work at mid as well. So now we have a decently fed Morgana and an extremely fed Olaf for these timetables. Only 9 minutes in and already 10 kills for the blue team. But it looks like Ezreal just kind of out-positioning himself as well as Nidalee, so let's see if they're able to do anything. Nope, Udyr taking tons of damage and just nothing really he can do. I see a lot of lane counter action here in this game. I really feel that they should be farming, but we'll see how it has an effect on their game. I think they're going to end up getting severely under-leveled, but you never know. It looks like Yi just going and doing work, but Yi thinking he can out-damage the Xen. I'm really not feeling it, and Xen just showing him what is up with that ult, using that ult to completely damage his face. I wouldn't want to go 1v1, but Karthus really continuing to get hit by these snares and just utterly destroyed by Morgana. So now we have a fed Morgana. She's really just beating out Karthus at this point. 0 and 4 on the Karthus. Not good at all. Fed Morganas can really wreck, especially just getting a fed mid general will wreck your mid game. But Morgana is one of those champions that when she gets fed, she just wrecks everything. So, the same with Olaf, and it looks like Olaf's going on to Sion. Oh, but it's a 1v1, but Sion is 2 levels behind. He's just not able to get the damage out onto the Olaf, and Olaf just completely tears through him using that true damage. Shin porting back. It looks like we still have a lot of roaming going around here. Once again, roaming, especially with the way this game is turning, is just not good. But this actually ends up being a fairly long game, so I'm expecting some sort of a comeback here. This is going to be crazy. That's my feelings on it. When a game like this that stomps this hard lasts this long, you can actually see some amazing comebacks. So we'll see how it goes. Karthus now 3 levels behind the Morgana, just not too good for him in levels. We'll see how they all level up to each other. Yeah, it looks like blue team is getting a little bit over leveled here, but Ezreal managing to get caught by the stun and having to waste, or burn flash I should say, to get out. They are still going right after him, but Yi managing to come in an alpha strike, but he decides that is not such a good idea, but he might go back in on him, and he gets slammed with tons of damage. And Ezreal ulting, but barely missing, but Karthus still stepping right in, and Karthus managing to get himself caught by the Ezreal. And Udyr going out, and here comes a Karthus ult, and here comes a Shen ult. Oh, Shen taking tower damage while ulting, but managing to save Udyr with an excellent ult. Fairly excellently played by Shen, even though he took some tower damage with his ult. Still saving teammates all day. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and pick up the enemy team's red buff. Thinking they're going to give it to Xin. Yes, indeed, they are going to give it to Xin. And mid just getting pushed on, and Karthus once again getting caught by a snare and a pull by Morgana. Not sure how I feel about him getting caught by stuff. And here comes Yi, and they're going on. Looks like they might go into Italy. They're saying target Morgana, but no one's targeting Morgana. Morgana managed to catch him in an ult, and they get caught in a terrible position. Here comes Yi with the alpha strike, and Yi just destroying with an alpha strike. Very excellently played, but he's going to tower dive. Tower diving, and Xin, not a strong idea, and Xin managing to get that kill, and Nidalee missing that spear. If that spear would have hit, I would have been amazed. Oh, but Udyr thinking he can take that damage. I'm really not sure that you want to be tanking all that damage, Udyr. That's a ton of damage to be taken from 4 different characters. He's going to really need some support mid, or their mid might go down. So we see the purple team slowly kind of catching up in kills, but they're not really winning exchanges. Morgana's still doing tons of damage, and here comes Olaf. Do not let that Olaf get near you with that true damage. And oh, that Nidalee spear. Oh, here comes the Ezreal ult. The Ezreal manages to ult and hit Karthus. Man, Karthus getting hit so hard. Oh, now they found the enemy Xin in the jungle. Not looking too good for Xin here. I'm not really sure what he's going to do. Maybe Shin can come up and help him, but Shin's kind of down there. It looks like Shin's just maybe going to ignore him and port back, or either going to wait for him, one or the other. We're going to see. And here he goes. He's going straight on into the Nidalee. We're counting on his life still, but that true damage from Olaf coming out of nowhere, literally, and just smacking him in the face for his entire HP bar. And that is why you do not want a fed Olaf on the team at all, because it is nasty. Okay, so it looks like Blue's going to go ahead and take Dragon. Ezreal tanking Dragon, not such a smart idea there. Ezreal deciding that he doesn't want to help with Dragon. He didn't need to. Olaf can take it. Maybe he's going to go back and help him. Yep, he's going back and helping him. Good guy, Ezreal. And they're just going to go ahead and kill Dragon. And once again, that true damage. Just slaying that Dragon. Poor Dragon. I feel so sorry for him. So, we now have 3 towers down for the blue team. And they have a substantial 8k gold, now 7k gold difference. globally. So that global gold is going to set them even farther ahead. This might be a complete and absolute stomp, but who knows? We're going to see as it continues on. Such a crazy, crazy game so far. I'm sure there's tons of rage going out. Let me see if I can pull up the... yeah, I've already got the chat bar pulled up. Not sure if you can see chat or not. But I'm sure there's tons of rage going out somewhere. Directed towards something. Tons of pings going out for the purple team. They really need to be able to cohesively group up here, but if they group up, they're really going to have to watch out for that Morgana ult and that Olaf, because Olaf and Morgana, between the two in a CQC fight, it is not going to be good at all close quarters. So here we go. It looks like Blue's just kind of making a little bit of a poke run, and Ezreal Arcane shifting over the wall. I'm really not sure if chasing down that Shen is such a good idea, because his team could quickly collapse on the Ezreal. But it looks like Ezreal's team is in somewhat of a position to help him. And looks like Shen might be going through the wall, and he manages to catch Ezreal. Ezreal flashing out and Arcane shifting. Excellent play, and it looks like they are pinging to target Xin here. They're really going to want to be able to burst him down. But here comes Karthus, of course. They're going to go after Karthus. And it looks like Olaf just waiting in the brush, and there's Yi. So it looks like we're going to have a confrontation for sure. And going to have to really watch that Olaf. He's just kind of ninjaing, waiting around, seeing what's going to go. So they're chasing the Yi, and here comes Flash out by Karthus. And they managed to catch Yi, but Yi is probably going to ult and be able to get away. But it looks like they catch him. So he is indeed caught, and now here comes Olaf ulting and running in. Oh, and they are grouped up. Where's Morgana when you need her? She's at top lane. And it looks like Olaf just destroying, but Olaf managing to get himself wedged in between the entire team, so he goes down, and it leaves only Nidalee getting taunted and then stunned, and yes, Nidalee is going to go down as well. So they are pinging, get out of there, Ezreal. Ezreal probably going to shift over the wall, and indeed he is, but here's Xin waiting on him as he shifts. So Xin now chasing him down, but not having that movement speed to catch him. And here comes Yi. So oh, it looks like he is not doing too good. And once again, Yi going to try to 1v1. Ezreal's going to have to come around. And it looks like Ezreal does come around. But I'll be darned if Xin doesn't manage to kill Ezreal and manage to get away. I'm really not sure why Yi just kind of left Ezreal there. I'm sure Ezreal's wondering what the heck happened as well. But Morgana finally coming down and deciding she wants to do something. Karthus ulting earlier, doing a little bit of damage, but it looks like Karthus is now getting chased down. But that slow from that wall of pain is just extremely strong. Karthus really going to have to watch out from being caught. And it looks like they're just kind of grouping around the dragon, playing very close together to each other. They're really going to have to. Surprisingly, even though it is 17-9, with 3 towers down for the blue side, the purple side is indeed catching up in gold, slowly but surely, so we'll see how that works. Oh, that Ezreal just decimating Karthus' HP bar. Sweet Jesus, and it looks like he takes a spear to the face, out-positioning himself hardcore right there. But I am sure that he is feeling the pain right now. I'm not too sure how this feeding Karthus is going to help at all. He's building no HP, which is never a good sign on Karthus. His build's all really wacky. He has a Sapphire Crystal boots, an Amplifying Tone, and a Blasting Wand, and that just doesn't spell any cohesive items to me. So it looks like we're going to maybe have a duel. Yes, we are, between Olaf and Xin, and it looks like Xin kind of winning, but Olaf, a master duelist, as he gets that increased attack speed and just chews through. Olaf managing to ult, and it looks like he is going to go down as they finally come up and manage to kill him. I don't know why Xin thought 1v1ing a fed Olaf is a good idea. And Karthus once again getting caught by all 4. Managing the wall of pain, he might actually get away. Oh, but no, it wasn't happening. He got hit with a Nidalee spear and he went down. Man, that is not a good place to be. Carthus really got to watch his positioning. That makes me sad just seeing that. So, now blue team once again regaining their massive advantage with a 6k gold difference and 10 kill difference, and they have 3 towers down. Currently, the purple team has no towers down. They've been grouping up, not really farming, so they really need to either start farming or pushing some towers, one or the other. And we'll see how it continues to go as we move on. And ping's going out on the tower. I'm assuming they're telling someone to protect it. And ping's going out on the Nidalee. Looks like they might be wanting to go around and gank. They're pinging to gank on the Nidalee, but here they go. They are ganking on to the Yi, and the Yi gets instantly decimated by Zen. And we have all of the purple team into their jungle, and they're going to chase after the Nidalee, but I'm not sure that they're going to be able to catch the Nidalee. Nidalee's passive just way too strong. And she is jumping through, and it looks like they're still going to continue chasing and maybe try to come along the side and catch the Ezreal, who is just kind of poking through the wall. So we'll see how it goes. That is the entire purple team almost. Carthus just deciding he wants to go ahead and farm top. So this could be a promising exchange because Olaf is down at bottom. So if they see that, they need to go in on this right now. And it looks like here it is. They're going out on Ezreal, but Ezreal managing to flash out of the initiation. And Olaf seeing that the fight could be going down, so he's deciding on what he wants to do. Looks like they're going to send someone to clear bottom as Olaf's been pushing it rather hard. So they're all hovering around mid, and here comes Ezreal ult once again hitting Carthus. Not a happy place to be for that Carthus at all. And let's see if they're going to do some globals. Nope, Olaf just waiting around, and Olaf managing to catch Xen, just doing tons of damage out onto Xen, and it looks like Olaf is not going to be stopped as he Ragnarks, and then it is Olaf versus Shin. I really think that Olaf can turn around and kill Shin, but who knows, as the rest of the purple team could be right there, but his team is there as well. So Olaf now just playing the role of an assassin, completely waiting around, and it looks like that's going to give blue team a free dragon, which gives them another global. So not looking good at all for the purple team, as that sets them ahead almost. Oh, but it looks like we have a fight going down at mid, and Carthus once again getting caught. Carthus flashing, but he just going to barely manage to catch up to him and still get the kill while blue slays the dragon. So that's another kill for blue and another dragon. Not looking too great here, blue, or purple I mean. Not looking too great at all. Carthus just really destroying any chance that the purple team has of winning. 0 and 9, getting caught, but he's finally building HP, so that is a good thing. No, we are not taking a break. We are simply watching what is going on here. I do enjoy listening to replays with Pulsefire Israel simply because of the announcer voices that come on. And looks like he's taking a spear to the face by the Nidalee. And there's Olaf, once again, just sitting in the brush, going to be playing the role of an assassin. I hope someone does not step into that brush, but he does not have exhaust, so it looks like he's coming up behind Xen, and pings are going out. Looks like they have the ability to catch him. And here Olaf comes. Olaf is indeed going to catch, but oh, Xen managing to charge right through the wall. Very nice play there by Xen, but Xen does not have charge. Xen really out-positioning himself there, and Olaf just coming in, just drawing Xen. They're really going on to Olaf, but Olaf is just so tanky at this point. I don't see that they're going to be able to do anything. Here comes Yi managing to get stunned, and there was Shin. Oh, why didn't you walk forward and allow Shin to come in and taunt him? That would have been amazing. But it looks like they might be able to be in a position to dive. Olaf deciding he wants to pull back, so I don't think they're going to dive after all, but they might here, you know. You never go. So looks like they didn't decide they wanted to dive. I probably would have dived, that being me, but I'm more of an aggressive player than most people, so you never know. Purple team really going to have to group up and just try their hardest not to die. Oh, Carthus, here's looking at you, buddy. Man, I can only imagine the amount of rage that is going out right now at this Karthus. Really, the score is just not looking good, but Udyr managing to pull off 4 and 1. Eggs in 6 and 8, so I don't know. I just don't see it, but we'll see. There looks like there's a fight going out on mid, and they managed to catch the Ezreal, and Ezreal gonna die to a flash. But Xen dropping himself majorly low. Sion and Yi still fighting up at top. Sion managing to pull off that kill onto Yi, and now they're getting chased down at the middle lane. I don't really like the way the directed camera is going sometimes, but it looks like oh no, Shen 1v1 versus Olaf. We know who's going to win this. I told you earlier. There's no way that Shen is going to do any damage to an Olaf, so there you go. Shen, I don't know what Shen was thinking there. Shen, you are not a damage character, sir. You are a tank. Ever since they reworked him, though, a lot of Shen's been thinking they can do more damage than they actually can. Well, granted, ever since the rework, Shen does put out some good damage, but he just still doesn't have that Olaf tier damage. Not one bit, not one bit. 1v1ing a Fed Olaf, though, never a good idea on any champion. And looks like they're just kind of grouping up, taking the jungle, maybe. Oh, nope, they're going to go ahead and see if they can wait. And there are no wards out onto the purple side, so never mind. I take that back. There is a ward on the purple side. It just got placed. And Karthus managing to outposition himself once again, going so far down the lane. Anytime, here's a tip for you guys, anytime that you see a lane that is like that, do not go down it. I think everyone knows that, but just in case you don't do that. So they managed to pull off a kill onto the Karthus here. Karthus is once again outpositioning himself. I am seething with rage so hard my brain is not malfunctioning watching this Karthus. And purple team going ahead and trying to surrender the 2-2. That's one thing about the league surrender system. You have to have almost all the team. So it looks like they're going to go ahead and give that blue to Ezreal. So at this point, blue team is just running the show. They are running the game, running the jungle as well. Taking all jungle buffs. Making the jungle theirs and farming up the lanes. As farm goes, I just don't see any way that they're going to be able to touch this Olaf at all now. He is 133 CS, 12-2. Massive lead over anyone in the game. Morgana as well, 4-0, 178 CS. So blue team is not only massively overfed, they are now massively overfarmed as well on minions. And Ezreal just continuing to hit Karthus with the ult, and the Ezreal coming and killing Karthus. Man, I can feel the rage all the way from here. And they managed to catch that Olaf waiting in that brush. That is the power of jungle warding, folks. You need to ward your jungle, and they finally caught on and thankfully dropped that ward a little earlier that allowed them to get that kill off onto the Olaf. But here it is, Xen coming in, but Xen just outplacing himself so much, and well played by Ezreal, arcane shifting over the wall and then mystic shotting to get that kill. Looks like Shen is going to ult in onto Udyr. There was really no solid initiation on there. It's 3v1. They have to consider that as well. Looks like Olaf's also going with damage items, which is just going to make him even nastier. Not too sure how I feel about this Karthus, though. Taking another Nid Spear to the face and taking another skill shot. You got a strafe, bro. Oh, taking both at once, and that might actually drop him low enough. And man, Karthus, you gotta do a little strafe in there, bro. But the Ezreal ult finally managed to just miss him. Really, someone needs to tell the Karthus he has to run serpentine patterns. It is important. Rather than just standing there and take it to the face. Taking it to the face, just not such a great idea. And it looks like Olaf just gonna man mode dragon and solo it. They have had great global control pretty much all through the game. I'm really surprised at the lack of wards, though. I am just disappointed on the purple team for not having more wards. Wards are just essential, and they will help you win a game. You need to have those wards down, at least covering your own jungle now that you know that Olaf's been sitting there camping it. It managed to pick them up a free kill earlier, so they need to continue with that pattern and ward. And once again, Olaf just sitting in that brush. And Xen trying to get away, but Xen not going to get away. And there you go, no wards out. He is just able, at this point, to sit in bushes and completely decimate anything, because there's no one that's going to be able to take Olaf when he's that fed one-on-one. It's just not going to happen. Oh, man. Painful, painful game for the purple team. Painful, painful game. I'm cringing just from watching. And looks like Shin is going to try to initiate, but Ezreal keeping his distance and putting that CC and that slow out onto Shin to try to keep him from getting away. Karthus once again, and it looks like they might go in on Karthus. They really want to kill Karthus. They know that he's going to outposition himself by now, and they're just kind of exploiting that weakness and not relenting at all with it. It looks like purple team might be deciding they want to go ahead and go on to Olaf, and they are indeed going to go out on Olaf. Here comes a stun and another stun, and here comes Olaf ulting and deciding he's going to turn around and try, but I really don't know if he's going to have the damage, and indeed he did not have the damage, and blue team seeing Olaf dying, coming down. And purple team pinging to either go into the jungle or pinging to check dragon, probably to check dragon, which is already gone. Really very serious lack of controls of globals for the purple team. Not enough wards at all. And it looks like Shen going to go ahead and try to man mode that tower, but Shen getting ulted by Morgana and managing to flash out, so it was good for him that he managed to flash out, or else that probably would have been one dead Shen. And let's see, it looks like Udyr is now pretty much building pure armor, trying to counter Olaf as much as he can. That's really, really kind of risky. Interestingly enough, there's a Madrid Blood Razor out on Xen. I have not seen that in quite a long time, especially with the new Xen. People have been building him more damaging with tanky items. Alright, and it looks like Xen managing to just get caught in the middle of their jungle. Oh, not looking good as he charges forward trying to get away, but there's really nowhere he can go, and that Alpha Strike coming straight through Xen's ult. I'm not sure why Xen was that deep in their jungle. That's just never a good idea to roam around. At least if you're going to roam in the enemy jungle, at least make sure you have some teammates there that could assist you if you did get caught. Don't put yourself in a position where if you get caught, you are absolutely boned. And Shin not really taking much damage by Morgana. Shin going ahead and going on to Morgana, but wow, that shield just negating a ton of damage. And Shin just kind of deciding he wants to just take damage, I guess, from Morgana. And here comes a spear out on Italy, taking a small chunk of Udyr's health. Olaf free farming bottom. Never good. Looks like he's going to either pull a wait in the brush tactic, or he's going to come around and go for a gank. He might just end up taking their blue. And looks like we might have a coordinated fight about to break out here. They are lining up, pushing, and Shin taunting forward but missing. Oh, Karthus taking that spear and almost dying. Oh, the Kester minion, no! The Kester minion almost got the kill. Oh, wow. Karthus surviving with barely anything, and here comes Olaf ghosting in onto the Xen. Xen getting caught in his own jungle, and it looks like, oh, perfect knockback by Xen. And it looks like Xen is in the clear, and they're going to go ahead and try to decide to fight. Wow, Sion taking chunks of damage out of Ezreal there. Just, man, taking chunks of his health. Looks like Xen's just going to go ahead and try to go back. I don't know why he didn't go back to base. That was not a good idea, but, oh, and he did manage to actually pull off the kill on two, but trading with kills onto that Yi. Just not a good idea. If you're dying, you're still dying and giving the enemy team gold either way. So trading kills for deaths only works so long. Curtis getting hit by both skill shots once again, and oh, just dead. I think Curtis threw this game hardcore, getting hit by every single skill shot in the book. Oh man. Once again, someone tell this man to run serpentine patterns. It's very important. You have to strafe, my man. You can't just sit there and take it to the face because it's not healthy at all. And looks like they're just going to manage to do a little swifty footwork. Managing to get himself out. Man, Curtis. I think Shin's really got to start waiting on these taunts. They have way too many slows now on the enemy team to be missing taunts and putting yourself close to them. Looks like Shin maybe trying to do something here. Man, I think they really should have looked at those team counts a little better. And Shin once again missing a taunt, but Xen not missing his charge as he comes in and charges onto Nidalee, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to get close. Ezreal just putting out damage. Olaf playing the waiting game, sitting in a brush. Yi just kind of walking into the brush. And looks like there it is. There's a fight. They managed to just utterly destroy Yi, and it looks like they might go on to the Ezreal. Nope. Looks like they might decide they want to go for Nidalee. Still chasing down, and they now going for Ezreal, and now finally going for Olaf. Olaf positioned himself terribly right there, and oh no! Here it is, Morgana managing to get caught. Look at Sion just keeping his team alive. Uh-oh, they need that heal from Sion to keep them sustained. And there we go. Keep attacking those minions. Man, if they manage to win this game off of a push at the end. And, oh, Xen managing to put out tons of damage onto both Nidalee and Ezreal. Looks like they're just going to go ahead and taunt onto the Morgana and shut down Morgana. It looks like they're just going to go ahead and take this tower. Oh my god, I smell a comeback. And looks like they're going to go ahead and take this inhibitor. That inhibitor is going to give them a lot of pushing power. The ult comes out by Ezreal and does some damage. They're pretty low, so it looks like they really need to go and take these towers and push these lanes while they have a chance. But it looks like blue team is steadily regaining themselves and coming back up. I have to tell you, if they pull off another thing like that, or another fight like that, they could win this game. That's one thing about League. If you do not win the game quickly enough, a team will come back regardless of score. And it does look like they have managed to catch themselves once again. They're at a 4K gold underage of the blue team. So it looks like the purple team really managing to catch themselves back up. You might actually see the purple team managing to pull off this win. I gotta tell you, it happens. All you need is one good team fight. It's 37 minutes into the game, so it is quite late game now, and all they need is one good team fight win, and they can push to win. They did manage to get that inhibitor down, so it's going to give them that extra strength across all lanes. Those super minions just doing work. And looks like Yi going to get caught by Xen, and Xen putting out damage, but Curtis coming in and taking the kill. No, Curtis. Bad Curtis. Oh, I think he could have let Xen get that kill, because I don't think he was getting away, but you never know. And it looks like they're indeed going to go for the Baron. This could be a very, very risky maneuver, but Baron is not warded, so we'll see how it goes. Blue team looking like they are unaware right now. And Sion going to make it very easy for them to take this Baron. And yes, indeed, they are managing to get Baron, and blue team finally figuring out they might have it, but it's a little too late, blue team. And here we go, blue team out positioning themselves and getting slammed onto the Nidalee with tons of damage. And Morgana putting out the shield, but oh, Sion coming up right by them, and Morgana managing to get caught too. Here it is, they might manage to win this game in one singular push. And that gives them what they needed. They took down the two main carries on the enemy team, with Yi being down as well. Yi finally coming back up, and it looks like they're just going to tank this and maybe win the game right here. This could be the final push. Oh, what are you doing? You need to be able to either try to take that or decide what you're going to do, because Xen just deciding he was going to tank. So here they go. They're waiting for minions, but Olaf is back up. They're very risky now that Olaf is back up trying to take that. They really, I think they might have had a chance to win the game right there, but they're not sure what they want to do. As blue team is now chasing them down, they've really dawdled way too long. They needed a decisive plan, and they managed to take out Olaf, but it looks like Udyr going to leave him to 2v1, and Udyr just kind of coming down. Shin all the while tanking down, and it looks like Shin is ulting on to Udyr, and Udyr just coming back in trying to do some damage. I'm really not sure how I feel about that Shin tank at bottom. His team could have dropped out a lot quicker and helped him at bottom to get that tower down. And it looks like Udyr deciding he might stay. Not too great of an idea, as they are going to put out tons of poke damage. But, oh, Hero Shin managing to be the savior, and it looks like that might have actually worked long enough. And he's going to get out of the teleport, but the teleport was canceled by the bind, and it looks like he's still managing to chase down Udyr, and oh, Udyr still tanking, but oh, Spirit of the Face, and here's that Scion. Beware, Fed Scion late game will destroy almost anyone, and this Scion might actually win them the game. I'm a little disappointed that Scion does not have an Infinity Edge, because he pretty much would be hardcore carrying at this point if he did have an Infinity Edge. But that is one thing. I am a massive fan of Scion solo top. I actually have a game commentated from quite a while back ago of me solo topping with Scion. He's one of my favorite solo tops, simply because if you manage to get even a little bit fed on Scion due to his insane amount of lifesteal, there's very little things that can shut him down, especially if he runs cleanse, and you are just boned. There's very few champions that can actually shut him down. Even Olaf would have a hard time with him being that farmed. But it looks like Scion's also building some tanky items, which is going to be monstrous. And Udyr building pure on tank. Good guy Udyr. Look at this. I'm actually very impressed with this. He's building straight up armor. Excellent situational build right there. He's got a lot of AoE spam and a lot of AoE slow, so it looks like they're going to go ahead and catch them out of position, going straight on to Yi, but Yi managing to get away, and Yi may be turning around. Oh, bad idea to turn around on them, but they did manage to just destroy them at this point. So it looks like there it is, and they are drop down the blue team. Blue team is now down to 2 people. They really need to push to win this right here. Take out that inhibitor and push to win this game. Once again, deciding between a bottom tower and an inhibitor, that not too much of a contest there. Shin deciding he wants to go ahead and take that bottom tower. And here comes Olaf purchasing an Infinity Edge, and oh no. Looks like Morgana's getting caught, and look at Xan. Oh, Morgana managing to shield, and that hourglass invulnerability keeping them alive just long enough. Here comes Shin in. Shin just not doing any damage to these towers. Man, what a disappointment. But such a crazy comeback. But I don't know how they're going to do now that Olaf has managed to buy himself an Infinity Edge. I'm thinking they're going to do quite well, because even Ezreal now at this point trying to build tanky. You know it's pretty bad when you have a team versus full of bruisers that just, you have to build tanky. That is not a good situation there to be in, playing against an AD carry. I hate it more than anything else in the world, but really, I'm really impressed with the purple team and their ability to situationally build. A lot of them have situational builds that are really fitting. Even Karthus now just stacking HP at this point. But it looks like we have a ton of armor going out. So they are pretty much now counter building onto Olaf. And it is working. They are straight up shutting him down. And Yi deciding he's going to be Master Yi in backdoor. Oh, but he does manage to get caught by that stun. And that might be a bad thing. And it looks like Olaf's just going to go ahead and tank a tower as well, getting that increased attack speed. But it looks like the tower might drop him. Nope, he managed to drop the tower. But he is way low now. That was a very risky maneuver by him. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and tank. It looks like Karthus just kind of acting as bait at this point. Good guy Karthus sacrificing himself so they can get that bottom tower down. But it looks like they might not have enough damage to get it down, and they do not. So they're going to have to go ahead and get out of there. Karthus just kind of sacrificing himself. But at this point, Karthus not really worth much. This is an epic League of Legends game. I gotta tell you, this is what I love about League so much. You can be just far down on the ropes, you will not win, and you can come back and win, and that is what makes League such a competitive game. And oh, Olaf ghosting and using his ultimate, but Sion managing to get out quick enough. Well played, Sion, as that cost Olaf a summoners and his ultimate, which is going to make it extremely hard for him to do anything. Team full of bruisers. It's quite amazing that it worked. Hey, but that's one thing again that I love about League of Legends. You can have meta-breaking teams and still work. Some of the hardest stomps I've ever seen have been roaming teams that haven't conformed to the meta, and it's just really weird, but hey, it works. And looks like blue team finally going to start stacking back up, and there is Xin just kind of surveying the scene, just waiting. Looks like they're going to finally start grouping up, and it looks like Shen managing to catch onto the Ezreal, and oh, looks like Olaf coming in, and Olaf throwing out that exhaust, and Yi managing to get caught in their enemy jungle. Not a good place to be for the blue team at all. They're not going to win this fight. And looks like they take down Olaf, and there goes their main carry specification, and it looks like even Ezreal getting caught, and there goes the charge off of Xin, and he manages to get the 3-talent strike, and there comes the taunt by Shen. And if I said Shen just then, I meant Xin. Good God, it's both the same, but it looks like there it is. The game-winning push is probably going to be right now. Ezreal porting back, but there's nothing he can really do, and even Master Yi cannot back over this in time to save them the game. And they need to just push the waves, and there comes the ult out by Ezreal, but it is not enough. And blue team surrendering the game. I cannot believe it. Purple team, congratulations for one of the sickest comebacks I have seen. Wow. Whew. I have got to get some water after this one. But thank you so much, Curtis, for sending in this game. And if you guys want to add Curtis, he is the Udyr in this game. Awesome game of League of Legends, and yes, so I think this is my first official commentated, shoutcasted type deal that someone has actually sent in and done for me. So once again, I want to say thank you, Curtis, and happy birthday. There is your shout out, sir. So until next time, guys, this is Sanity, and I am out.